Yo, what's up, fellas? My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap. I got the Spyro music chilling in the background, and today is a little bit of a filler episode, okay? I'm letting you guys know ahead of time, okay? We're gonna be XP training, EV training, you know, doing Heatran raid prep continuously, which does need specific things, but today's gonna be a lot of times 5 hordes, a lot of EV training, XP training, grinding. Today is a grinding day to get stuff done, okay? That's the goal. First things first, this Poliwag with hidden ability access needs to become a Politoed. It needs to be EV trained 252 Sp.atk and 252 speed. This Wingull needs to become 252 Sp.atk and 252 speed as well. However, this Trapinch needs to become a Flygon, and it needs to become 156 Sp.def EVs, 72 speed EVs, and then 252 Sp.atk EVs. So a lot of specific EV training to do today. I'm probably going to go just get the Trapinch done with off the bat so I don't kind of forget or confuse what EVs need to go where, because 156 is so specific. And then after this, we'll go do 252 Sp.atk and 252 speed for a bunch of the Pokemon, as well as just trying to EV train as many Pokemon as possible. Special defense is one of those stats that I honestly doubt that I have that many other Pokemon that need to be trained in that way, but I'll check through over my boxes. I keep a box of something called UTs, which is all untrained Pokemon, which are Pokemon that are ready to go. They're ready to be like competitive, but they need to be EV trained, XP trained, usually move set, stuff like that. So I'm gonna head over here, look for things that need Sp.def EV trained, but honestly it's unlikely I find too much, so we'll see what I have, and we'll just go finish up this Trapinch, or get this Trapinch started, and then we'll go finish off with more XP training, EV training, and I might even do some like EV training, XP training for profit today, because it's one of the things I enjoy the most in PokeMMO. And during the off season, man, doing the things you want to do is super important. So I'm gonna look for things, get started, and get ready to go EV train, boys. All right, it's been a while since I have Sp.def EV trained. It's just not one that you do that often. I'm gonna be heading over to Undella Town. So there you can do, I believe there's Mantine hordes here and then Pelipper over here. So you can do Pelipper here for defense, or Mantine hordes here for Sp.def. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do these. I'm gonna go grab, to be fair, a Catchinmon, just in case I get a shiny. It's unlikely, and I kind of hope that I don't. Mantine shiny is nice, but it's nothing amazing. I'd rather hold out for something else. Obviously, it's not exactly how it works, but let's see how this goes. Actually, I want to grab something else. The Mantines can spam Hurricane. They can spam flying type attacks, and Breloom is going to be 4 times weak to those. That is one of the only times your catching Breloom can get obliterated in a horde or in a fight, is if the opponent has flying type attacks. Those can really take your guy out, which is not good. So let's just head over here. I'm going to turn on the XP re-amplifier like so. Everything here, it should be full EVs except for the Trapinch and Chansey. I'm going to keep a really close eye on it. I need 156 here specifically. So let's get started. People have been asking what are the rewards for Heatran. And it's a good question. I've been doing all this Heatran raid prep. It's the most difficult PVM challenge in PokeMMO. You know, what are the rewards? And I mean, personally, I think it's just fun, and like I like the challenge of being able to go for the most difficult PVM challenge in the game. But from my understanding, you can recapture, so you can actually refight and recatch a new Heatran every 3 months. That's something to factor in, as you can redo it over and over and over again every 3 months. But right now you would get a Heatran, which is worth around 1.6 to 2 mil. It seems like pretty big range. There's just not that many. There's 29 listed on the GTL in total. So you would get a Heatran, step 1, and then you could recapture that Heatran every 3 months. You get a new Heatran. And then I believe it's either weekly or 1 month. I don't know if it's weekly or monthly. You can also just rebattle Heatran for Magma Stones, and you think you get 30 Magma Stones, someone in chat was saying, per rebattle. So it's like 30k times, or 30 times 5k or whatever. Like, fine. The big thing here is the thing to check out is over in the instance info. If you go to the bottom right of your PokeMMO, you can click the menu and then go to instance info and see when your Heatran raid is back up and ready to fight. So you can do the Heatran recapture every 3 months or so, and the Heatran raid every, I don't know if it's weekly or 1 month, to be honest. Once again, I haven't done it yet, so I'm still trying to learn the content myself, but that's my understanding of the rewards personally. All right, in typical Patrouski fashion, I messed up a little bit and gave it too many Sp.def EVs. This just gives me the perfect opportunity to show you guys how to reduce these EVs. I'm going to go look up my own guide like a loser and look up EV reducing guide PokeMMO. This is like genuinely what I do. It's the quickest way for me to go remember what berries reduce what EVs in Pokemon, and then just go buy those berries off of the GTL. All right, it's time for my main man, Greppa berries. Okay, so Greppa berries are going to be used here on the Vibrava. I need it to be 156, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I think I have to do 40, and then I'll just go gain like 6 more. Do like Mantine single encounters, and then after that, we're done with all the complicated stuff. We can just go do special attack and speed, which would be nice. All right, our special defense is done. We're at 156. We're gonna head over to Johto, over one of my new favorite spots, Girafarig / Flaffy. I mean, hilariously, I have one of the shinies here now from that crazy lucky Girafarig. Watch me get the Flaffy now in like below 3,000 encounters as well. That would be crazy. Oh, this is an easy food take. I can nail this one, guys. What is the best spread for bread? Jams, jellies, peanut butter, mayo, butter, question mark. It's not even close. If you have any debate or disagreement with this, you are disillusioned. True and real. My food take is actually objective fact. This is not a meme. True. What's it called? I forgot the name of it. Marmalade. Orange marmalade. Dude, I don't know if I'm just fucking part Paddington Bear or what's going on. Orange marmalade is the best bread. Bread is not that good in my opinion. You actually haven't like evolved as a Homo sapien, because our biologically we should be attracted towards bread and carbs because it's like short-term energy and sugars. There's no way you could actually say bread is not that good. It's actually like God's archiest gift to mankind. Bread is literally phenomenal. All right, this should be, I believe, the final Sp.atk EVs we need. Yup. All the world P2V2, everything P2V2. This 2v2, time to head over to Johto. Well, we're still in Johto, and then head over to the Poliwhirl spot. Now, this spot you're only going to have access to if you have the complete Pokedex, I believe. But the super cool spot over here, right over at Mount Silver. You've probably seen it a million times. It's really good XP. I arguably should even, I probably will actually. I'll probably pop an XP charm while I'm here, just because the XP is so good. While you're EV training, it's probably worth it. So I'm going to do that really quick. I'll show you guys. It's right here. I also like stocking up on XP charms. I have a bunch of them because of that. Because it's fun to do a lot of 63 100%, 79 50s. I'm gonna pop 100%. Go right here. It's 100% chance of Poliwhirl. There we go. I do want to evolve my Poliwhirl specifically into Politoed, so I might want a King's Rocket here in a sec. But I mean, it shouldn't matter. It's not gonna accidentally evolve. You need a Water Stone for Poliwrath, so we should be fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and sit here and XP train, EV train. I should move my discharge over. I move back and forth my surf and discharge depending on what horde I'm attacking. All right, after the slowest EV training known to mankind, as we're just discussing movies and spoiler alerts and stuff like that, it's finally time to go ahead and start some XP training. So I'm gonna plop number 1, plop this Onyx and Typhlosion back because I don't need these guys, but these guys. 50, 43, 44. These need to get level, I think, all the way up to 100. You need pretty high level for Heatran. So it's going to be like level 80 to 100. I'm pretty sure it might be level 100. So I'm going to have to XP train these guys for a long time. And this one as well, actually. Let's go grab our good old Rampardos. That is the special attacker Rampardos used for this spot. And I'll see you guys after many, many hours of XP training. This is a great question, Noah, and I feel like if you haven't played other MMOs, you might not know the metrics, or even if you have played other MMOs, PokeMMO is a pretty large game and a really consistent economy, but sometimes things take long to sell. So Noah asked, I love your content, and asked, how long does it usually take for something to sell on the GTL? It depends. It's a great question. For specifically like in regards to my money making, like my loot from 1 hours, right? Certain loot from 1 hours, I will list everything, and everything will sell within 2 days if it's a hot market, right? I would classify a quick sale in PokeMMO as 3 days or less. If something sells for 3 days or less, that's a quick sale, in my opinion, and probably in most MMOs. It depends on the item. The problem is the Pokemon economy is so different, right? If you list a Rune Longsword for sale on RuneScape, it's a Rune Longsword. It's the same as every other Rune Longsword. So the first person to buy a Rune Longsword is probably going to buy your Rune Longsword. In Pokemon, every single Pokemon is different. Every single Pokemon has a different IV setup, a different EV training, a different egg moves, a different species, a different egg group, a different move set, a different nature, a different gender. Like, all these things factor in. Particle effects, how to price check a Pokemon, the alphaness or no alpha, like non-alpha, hidden ability access. There are so many things that factor into a Pokemon's value and why someone would buy something. if you like want an Abra, you wouldn't just search Abra and buy the cheapest Abra like you would on a lot of other games. You would look for a specific kind of Abra, one with maybe 20 plus special attack, 20 plus speed, maybe modest nature if you want, maybe timid nature, maybe you want one with teleport for the storyline. Like, it really depends. So but to answer the question with a TLDR, I'd say the average sale, a quick sale in PokeMMO is like 3 days or less. A medium sale, I would say, is within 2 weeks or less. 3 days to 2 weeks, 3 days to 14 days. And I would say a long sale is once you start pushing like over 2 or 3 weeks. If something takes like over 2 or 3 weeks to sell, it's probably a shiny flip. Those take a while. Or it's something very, very niche or dependent. But like, I recommend, you know, just patience, right? Especially like someone said stream recap clip. How do you guys know me too well? That was a good meme. Sorry, I'm distracted. If you come from other games, you can't. Stuff does not sell. It takes time, and it's harder to wait. What sucks is that when you're new to the game and you have less capital, less Pokeyen to have access to, it's more frustrating and it's harder to have patience to wait on those sales. You need that yen faster to make more yen, right? With my, I went and did a shiny flip yesterday. Like I went and I spent 4 mil on a shiny, and now I spent 4 mil, but I still have 5.7. I don't need that flip to hit really quickly so that I can go like buy expert lures to keep shunting or buy, like I'm fine, right? And the longer you play Pokemon, the more hours you put in, the more fine you'll be, the more like stable you'll be. But at that start is really hard. I can't encourage patience enough when it comes to the GTL when you're new, but it's difficult. I understand that it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not easy. PokeMMO is not an easy game by any means, and I'll never say that, right? But it's a good game. A lot of times the difficult paths are the most rewarding. Do I have a Cadence Rock? I'm going to go ahead and arbitrarily choose to evolve my Poliwhirl now. I don't know if it matters, but here we go. This is my Heatran raid Politoed coming through, boys. Swift Swim. It's going to have Drizzle. Gonna have Drizzle, 3 times 31, missing the HP, but that's okay. Timid nature. Beautiful, beautiful. There it is. Politoed achieved, boys. A lot of XP training to do still. I have to get all these guys level 100. I'm gonna be here for a while. I feel like something I really do want to work on in 2025 is doing more broad appeal content. I think I'm a very like classic old school MMO gamer and MMO grinder, right? I like to get into the weeds and get into the nitty gritty of raid builds and shiny hunting, like super specifications and like super specific, like getting into that, like really, you know, end game part of a game. I love talking about that, the complexities in detail. However, not everybody has time or energy or is at that part of the game to worry about the complexities. I feel like in 2025, I want to work on doing more content that is interesting and accessible to non-Pokemon players. A lot of my content presumes that you already play the game, right? And that's fun and great, and I'll always do tons of that. Don't worry, it's not gonna go anywhere. But I want to work on more general stuff, kind of like my Nuzlocke, my Pokemon Nuzlocke, right? People found me through that, people who liked Nuzlocks but didn't know what PokeMMO was. So doing like PokeMMO content that is adjacent to other activities or other things that could be understood and appreciated even if you don't play PokeMMO is crucial. It's something I'm not very good at doing, you know, and I really want to work on that as a creator in 2025. So that's just random little throwing it out there, a bit of a goal to toss out. All right, boys, we got to do it to him. If you have been enjoying the stream up until this point, if you've been entertained and you want to go above and beyond, if you've ever wanted to go above and beyond and support this stream, as well as get yourself some awesome food, if you have a busy work week coming up and you don't want to have to worry about, you know, meal prep and doing the dishes, if you're just tired when you come home from work, you don't want to worry about cooking homemade meals all the time, but you still want to have tasty homemade meals at your availability, chef-made meals, check out Factor, link in the description. You get 50% off your first box of Factor if you use my link in the description. And then on top of it, I like to reward you guys for engaging with my sponsors like that. It is the best way to support the stream, and it's an awesome product that I personally use before I was even sponsored by them. Yeah, 50% off of food in this economy. It's pretty hard to go wrong. Like, I recommend everybody to try Factor. It's hard to go wrong with trying it. You try it for the 50% off. At that point, you're literally paying the same prices as like grocery store food, if not cheaper, which is crazy. And then if you don't like it, cancel it. You know, it's really no harm, no foul. Just, I recommend trying it. I like it. It's not for everybody. But I love it at certain times of my life when I'm really, really busy. And then also, for every single factor sub, I open 10 mysterious great balls on stream for a chance at a rare shiny, for a chance at a very fast, low encounter shiny. I also do a streamathon coming up here on Saturday. I believe it is March 29th. It is currently scheduled as a stream on YouTube. I'll be doing a streamathon right now for 5 hours since I have 5 factor subs. The more factor subs I get, the longer that stream will be, as well as every 10 factor subs, I will spend $100 for something on stream, smoke machine, a costume. If you guys want some decoration in the background, whatever stream chat votes on. And then as 69 factor subs, I would shave my head, but thankfully the odds for that are extremely, extremely low. Check out Factor, link in the description. It is a product that I believe in and one of the few sponsors that I take because I think it's a really fucking good product and really worth it for people's lives if you are busy, self-employed, and just don't want to get some extra nutrition, high protein meals taken care of for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Factor, once again, link in the description. 50% off using my link. All right, and then XP training is taking way longer than I expected, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm going to do a bit of it off stream, I think, where I can and have the time for, but I'm going to call it for today, boys. Just a quick, chill, filler day stream, getting progress done. Slow and consistent progress is what PokeMMO is all about. I think it's really important to show these days where it's not always flashy and exciting. That's just how it goes, and it's important to show you guys the realness of that with PokeMMO. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos, follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the channel financially, Factor's the best way to do so. I'm only going to shout that out for the rest of this month. So thank you guys so much for the month of March. Factor is the best way to support. I will see you guys very, very soon coming up on March 29th for the Factor Streamathon. Be there or be square. I'll see you guys. Good luck in your shuns. Good luck playing PokeMMO. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Yo, Patrouski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.